And we're back.
Stank on your fingers.
Woo! What is good, everybody? Welcome back.
Yo, what if you were out and a crowd just did that shit? Just stop clapping all at once. Just no.
Just single clap and then just...
Like, whatever I just did was only that good.
And then you just stop.
That's all you get.
Just single clap. Just single clap. You're just like, do we clap with him? Like, what do we do
It's
here?
like, hey, good job.
Congratulations.
Like,
the other half.
yeah, you're like, oh, wait, do we retract what we said just now? Like, do we stop clapping? Do we keep clapping? Maybe that guy has beef with him personally? How does this work?
Oh, man.
How does that work?
If you have beef where an entire crowd is mad at you, just got to prepare to take several L's.
Seriously. Yeah.
It just sounds like a precursor to get jumped.
Yeah, pretty much.
To the crowd.
Yeah. Because next thing you know, just the whole crowd turns on you, and then you're just getting stomped out. And it's like, how did we get here?
I've always wanted to be the get 'em guy in an instance like that.
Get him guy?
The get 'em guy. Get 'em!
You're like big enough to where that would make sense. Get his ass! What?
This dude popped out of a bush. Like, I don't know the fuck.
All right, well, in case you
Not
forgot,
you, him, him, or him.
our him.
We'll post a link to that.
All right, well, in case you ever forgot who we are 4 nerds. All right, so let's kick this shit off. I'm your beer brigand for the evening, Rob the Noob, currently fueled by unnamed seltzer that's doing its job, and not so well, but just enough to get things buzzing. It's been a week, man. It's been a week. We've been saying pretty busy, getting busy with the Topgolf lately. By the way,
Oh, yeah.
like I forgot I was kind of good at golf, and then
Are you kind of good at golf?
I mean, moderately. I mean, I won the first game I played, but after that, it wasn't so good. I just kind of like couldn't get the rhythm back.
Okay, we're filming at Topgolf next time.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're white, you're just automatically born with a certain set of like golf skills.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I can't talk about this.
Yeah,
but
you know,
just like really hit the nail on the head of
Yeah,
some
you
shit
know,
that I
it's
had to deal with this.
good
can talk
credit
about it.
and
We
you
can't
know
talk
all that
about
other
it.
shit.
He
Yeah,
was
right.
pod, and I
Yeah.
don't want him to feel like I'm roasting him.
Yeah,
We
because
don't roast him.
totally didn't come
but it's
from
funny.
humble beginnings or
Well,
anything.
then it's not a roast. It's
Yeah.
just something that's funny.
I got 2 speeds. On, off.
Yeah. All right, to my left, looking just super ready, just getting the notes dialed in. Just everything is on. The cow hat is on, which means we are in business right now.
Full effect.
D Truth the professional. And yes, I am taking notes. And I am enunciating.
Yeah.
The lips, the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the articulatory tools. Bitches!
Your daily dose
Your
of ASMR.
diction is impeccable, sir.
I got that good dick.
Pauses.
Considering last week it was, can we take pressure off the dick, please? Just pressure off the dick.
See? Under promise, over deliver.
Hey, there it is.
There we go.
That is your sex life in a duffel
listen.
bag.
In a duffel bag.
It's not in a nutshell any longer. Duffel bag.
You're definitely incentivized to set the expectations low, Just in everything in life, really. But not so low where you
People don't
don't
wanna
get the
engage.
job, you don't get the excitement about you taking on the task.
Right
but,
on.
Just enough for that excitement and then just blow it out the water.
You're like, hey, listen, no
Knock the bottom
guarantees that I'm going to get you there quick, but just know we're going to get to that destination. Just enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride.
It's like an Enterprise commercial out here.
Yeah.
Is that their slogan?
We'll
it?
pick you up.
No, enjoy the ride is Service King.
Yes.
There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
There we go.
And on the end, just looking. I don't know. Like, just damn.
How about you the whole dick?
I had.
Hey, listen.
I had something.
Hey, look.
Listen.
Hey, what you not gonna do?
I had
listen,
something, but my
guys.
brain just went we're like just. And on the end, looking hard as existence. But then I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, so I just didn't say it. But it just like, all right, well, fucking what? I can't get a good intro.
Okay, right, like I
Hey,
did.
nerds, we're trying to think about Patreon content. So if you get our $100 tier, You just can see a video of Izzy and Rob just throwing hands.
Yo, actual scrap.
Like just actual fighting. For $100 a month, you can see this.
With the intensity of an
Friday night bum fights.
Yeah. With the intensity of an 8-year-old with a sock'em bopper, basically.
Goddamn, we'll get sock and boppers. Sock and boppers.
For $150 a month, you can pick the winner.
Yo.
Then,
We get the kayfabe going.
then it'll actually be like WWE.
Oh, I'm super down. Break that shit. That's happening. I'm adding that to the Patreon. Not tonight. I'm going to bed when I get home. But tomorrow?
Be like, wait a second. Did Rob just submit him with a flying guillotine? How is this possible? You're like, listen, we worked it out. Okay?
And it's day triple, let's stay on time. Oh, let me fucking. Anyways, man, y'all know who it is. It's your big bro out here, Izzy Takamono. That's IZZY-TAKAMONO on every conceivable social. I'm out here doing the thing, man. I've been giving P5 Striker some time. I was real hype for Borderlands, the director's cut, but that got pushed back due to like Rona and scheduling and stuff. So I think that's April 8th. Don't quote me, but early April. So that's getting picked up. I have reached, I think, the unplayed game, unwatched anime list singularity.
Oh, we finally got into like an even keel.
The opposite of that. I think we've reached critical mass.
Oh God.
I was in my room
where
today.
every game has been played.
No,
and every anime has been watched.
No,
he's
the
in the
list
red.
has gotten so large of
Yeah.
shit that I haven't played that I keep shelving or putting off. I've finally started to feel bad. I started to feel compelled to wrap stuff up because I was playing Control. And then I took a break from Control for like a day, and then Strikers came out, so I picked up Strikers, and I've been playing Strikers, and then the Outriders demo came through, so I put that down and played the Outriders demo, and I don't think it's a good game, and that's a whole thing. So, and same thing with anime, I was trying to wrap everything up so I could do our quarterly wrap-up in a couple weeks, and, get prepped for summer. Oh, technically spring? Yeah, so get prepped for spring 2021. And then I found Scried on Crunchyroll, and apparently I'm straight cougar, which dope, I guess.
Doing the coog.
The coog.
The straight up coog.
Oh man.
Oh
man. Oh, that was such a great revelation.
Oh, dude, that really
Thank
was.
You. And not to cut you off, but I realized that we made a nice little change to the format. I like this. We're going into the week in introductions. How long have we been doing that? I don't know, but I was going to save my week. But now, since we're here, yes. So Scried, S-Cried, C-Cred, however the fuck you say it.
C-Cred.
However the fuck you say it. Yeah, fuck you. I've been watching it.
It sounds better. It sounds better in my head when I see that secret. Yeah.
Noob was like, oh, you're not going to watch it. But no, I've been watching it. And listen.
Because, bitch, I know you. You do this shit. We're just like, oh,
you
but
don't know me,
that looks
'cause now-
fire.
Because he's only
watch
episode
that
17
shit.
now.
And then just never fucking follows through and never watches
that
it.
Does happen a lot.
It
That
does happen a lot.
However, there is this phrase that I love that's taken the internet by storm. It's like, oh, he woke up and chose violence. Like, this nigga Kazuma literally wakes up and chooses violence. Like, he's in a coma for like 2 days. Like, he just got out of like a fucking crazy ass battle, just out of the coma. Oh, I'm about to go punch another nigga. He's like, no, you were in a coma. Like, fuck it, I'm about to go kick some ass. Like, he literally wakes up and chooses violence. Every episode is just a new nigga for him to punch. It's just incredible.
It's literally the fucking Swan meme with the knife. It goes, peace was never an option.
Yo, back.
Every fucking day.
And one last thing about Scried, in a lot of different animes, looking for people is a whole endeavor. Sasuke ran away, and you have a whole
2
arc
seasons
just trying to find this nigga, and finding people is usually such an ordeal. But
Not Inscribed.
It's like, yo, in the middle of the episode, oh shit, here's Holy again. They just they have no trouble finding nobody.
Yeah.
Every episode they just run into each other as if they're in this one little ball for Cosmic can just punch niggas in.
So the area that they're in,
it's
not very big.
Well, it's obviously not, because
So you could easily just come and see a motherfucker, dude.
Knock, knock. It's Holy.
It's like, oh shit. But yeah, Cosmo is really waking up and choosing violence.
Every day.
It's entertaining.
Definitely.
I saw Scried as a kid, and I guess it had more of an effect on me than I thought, right? Because I've adopted straight Cougar's entire personality somehow.
The fucking coog.
Yo, facts,
It's
dude.
some people, he's driving faster than me, and that pisses me off.
Dude, it's funny as shit because me and Daryl drew that concept as we were just looking there just watching it, and Daryl just goes, bro, he's straight cougar as fuck. And I go, damn, I think you're right.
Oh my
And
god.
we're just sitting there just like looking at it. And like every time we would stop on a scene and rewind it and make him watch it again. Like,
It would
dude,
be
this
shit
is
that I've
you
said before,
as
bro.
Fuck.
He's literally
You
said
as
the words.
fuck.
So, those drive. And it does piss me off when people drive faster than me. Like, it makes me actually mad.
It's like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you think you're faster than me?
And also a quick shout out to the homie Nevin who came by from Texas to hang out with us, by the way.
Big, sexy, and full effect.
What
Shout
up,
out
dog?
Nevin. A really good golf instructor.
yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Top
Oh,
golf
yeah.
has been really, really great. Getting some progress on the game. Really excited.
But also
Shout out to
be
Nevin.
ready to throw them bones because I spend fucking $60 every time I go there.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, we're going to stop going to the virtual driving range. over the
Yeah,
actual
just a
driving
bit.
range.
All right, and across the digital airwaves with more chest hair than sense.
Damn.
Oh, you're not gonna respond. You're not gonna respond to that? No,
I
nothing.
really don't know how to introduce myself to that one. Because while I do agree with you 100% on everything, I just don't know why you woke up and chose violence.
Rob has been watching Scribe in Secret too. He's
Yeah.
like, that's my role model. Let's be like Cosmo.
I felt it. I felt it today.
But it is your boy, Lebanon Don.
Done.
Woo! And what is our pod and flavor of the week today?
Pod and flavor of the week, salt and vinegar.
Wow.
Isn't that like tzatziki sauce?
Did you two choose violence today? Goddamn.
Salt and
It's such a
vinegar.
great-
Salt and vinegar pudding would be like some sort of like yogurt spread
Where else is salt and vinegar a combination? Like I'm sure
outside
it
of
is.
potato.
So
Yeah,
so,
like outside the potato chip.
Sandwiches.
and-
You know, you get like that salt and pepper, and then you get oil and
Yeah.
vinegar. So you have salt
hell
and
yeah,
vinegar.
dog. Deli sandwiches all day. I get that shit on my deli
it's crazy.
sandwich.
I'm not
all
an
day.
oil and vinegar
me neither.
guy. I'm just a
Really?
vinegar guy.
Just a vinegar guy.
Because
Really?
I don't need like the structural integrity of my sandwich threatened because there's oil between meat slices
Eh.
more than like already would be there.
Yeah,
I don't do
but
the
like,
oil and vinegar. I just do
The salt and pepper.
salt and pepper. And I mean, I already have liquid on my sandwich from via like mayo or honey mustard or barbecue sauce or whatever
That-
type of liquidy
I bet you
condiment
be,
I'm
you
putting
dirty
on there.
girl.
So I don't need more oil and vinegar.
That's facts.
Okay.
So I guess that only happens at the Subway and the deli, right? Just putting oil
and
on the
vinegar.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Jimmy John's. Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah,
deli
or
spots.
all
Yeah.
of
Jimmy,
those
you eat
tier-
at Jimmy John's?
Sorry, no, not
How
that.
do you
my bad, my bad,
anti-sponsor
my bad.
someone?
Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's.
I
What
want to say something so heinous
Give
about
us
Jimmy
the
John's.
bag because you
Because
deserve
y'all are
to die.
horrible people. Yeah. Give us
Jer-
the bag for subjecting me to
Jersey
your
Mike's used to
existence.
be like the fucking like that was like the ritual like before every single episode. I would
Oh,
just
yeah, 'cause-
hit that every single day after
but
work.
see, but for an establishment that advertises their free smells, they smell like shit. You definitely get what you pay for.
Oh,
Yo,
JJ's?
facts.
Every Jimmy John smells
J-
like asshole
Feet.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's
or
crazy?
sewage or
Some people,
sewage?
some people like that
Like who
smell.
shit on like by your
I
front
don't
door?
understand what causes that. I've been
That's-
into so many establishments that make
Oh.
bread.
That's like the olfactory version of the cilantro tastes like soap.
Yo, yeah, maybe we
like
smell it
Jimmy
and it
John's
smells
like
butthole.
sewage.
People just be wrong.
We just got the gene.
I realized
It's
we
not
kind
their
of we
fault.
kind of just railroaded Don there a little
Sorry.
bit. What'd your week look like today? This week, man.
Well, what my week looked like today was absolute failure.
Woo.
Oh,
A little intro into our wonderful part 4. I was supposed to have a session with a mental health professional, but that just went to shit.
Damn.
Ooh, that's gonna need some explaining. I think a little bit later.
Well, long story short, the person who scheduled me apparently messed it up.
they do
Ah.
that.
So
They do.
I was supposed
happens.
They
to
do
I was
that.
supposed to see one person, but when I made the schedule in January for this appointment today, she's like, "Yeah, you got to see this person before you can see that person." So I was like, "All right, fine, let me see this person." And I get to the thing, and she's like, "So you don't need my help, do you?" I'm like, "No, I'm already seeing a therapist." She's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We'll call you back." I'm like, "All right, sounds good."
What the fuck? Most inefficient
charge of that
running of a
appointment.
business I've ever heard in my entire life. Good God. All right. Well, I mean, at least you tried. That's the main thing. You gave it a shot. So I kind of can't fault you for that.
So hopefully I get a call tomorrow or Monday. We'll see.
Word. Okay.
Good luck.
Definitely. All right. Well, let's get right into the business, man. You know, so this week is the final of our relationship month of love podcasts.
Good riddance.
Right? Fuck out of here.
2 weeks after it's already been over.
It was fun while it lasted.
We're
I'll
not
give you
doing this
that.
shit next year. Next year, we talk about black people shit off.
That's what I wanted to do, but the white person
Hey,
said no.
It's all news, folks.
Excuse
Don
me,
threw you under the
bitch?
bus so
Like,
fast.
fucking excuse me?
No,
Fine.
you know what?
Hey.
You know what, man?
You know
Can't blame
damn
me,
well
I'm
you.
brown.
Me,
So
No, this was
technically,
Izzy's
they would
idea.
be
I can
racist.
definitely like.
this was
I can definitely do that.
This was Izzy's idea, and it was such. I mean, it's a good idea.
It's a good
but
idea.
It's a
Yeah.
good idea.
It was
sounds
100% Izzy's idea, and it was a great idea. I will not blame Izzy for this. at
I'll
all.
take all my lumps, okay? Give me the bars on the idea.
No,
but
I mean it's a good idea. It's just,
Nah, it was an awesome
it's
idea.
tedious.
I feel like we all.
Next
I-
year,
I,
black shit.
I feel like we all delivered on it too. So
We're gonna make Rob do the blackest topic we can think of. I don't know what that means yet. It's gonna be like a class on barbecue or something. I don't know.
it's gonna be like something ridiculous. He'd be like, "All right, Rob, go ahead and give us the deepest African black culture, and it is mandatory that you come in a
In a
dashiki."
We can get you a dashiki
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
today, like right now. We can go get a dashiki.
Whether or not it'll fit, debatable.
No, well, you offended the dashiki. We can run it.
Dashiki.com.
This
Somebody
we
buy the
can
dashiki.
go to one of the African stores downtown, man.
Wait, what?
They got them.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that.
One of y'all downtown Tampa African stores. Give us the bag.
Yeah, hook a brother
Wherever
up.
you are.
Give me a dashiki.
Well, sorry, hook a white guy up.
There we go. We are all brothers. Did you Google it? Producer Ab is off stage choosing violence herself. Oh my God, dude.
Are they reasonably priced?
I mean, in the spirit of a black comedian, Kevin Hart, just go to www.getagiraffe.com. Or so for this case, it'd be www.getadashiki.com.
Seriously. All right, so go ahead and lead us in, man. Lead us
Hey,
in. What's
before we get
what's tonight's episode going to be about?
Before we get started,
What?
I kind of
Yeah,
want to talk
before we
about.
get started.
Well, before you get started specifically, I railroad you for a second here. I do want to talk about the fact that we just watched Coming to America 2.
Oh, shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Railroad.
Okay, so
I'm
hang
sorry.
on. So we're gonna try and cover this real quick.
Choo choo.
What is everybody else's thoughts?
Don, did you see it?
I have not seen it yet, but I do plan on watching it.
All right,
okay.
so 3
But
out
it's
of
okay,
4.
spoil it for me.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's not a spoilery movie.
It's not really a spoiler
Yeah,
movie. It's
you know what happens.
Well, if you've seen the first one,
All right, you've got a general idea.
yeah.
So I think one thing that I thought was really good about this is the amount of cameos I think that they had
Everybody and their mom
was
in this.
really fucking good. I like the amount of cameos that they had. Some callbacks to previous stuff as well was pretty good. The overall story though, I mean, it had like a really good opening. I think a good sort of. It seemed to kind of waver a little bit in the middle, and then the ending just kind of felt like,
Yeah,
it was rough. It was rough towards the end.
I think so. First, I think this is an exercise in spending as much of Amazon's money as they could. And you
It
know
really
what? I'm
was.
Down.
It
I'm
really
super down.
was.
Everybody
I mean,
and their
they
moms in this
rented
shit.
out Rick Ross's mansion palace, for God's sakes.
And it was also branded to all hell.
That shit
Like
was
there
tacky.
was so
Rick Ross, change your house.
many fucking like brand pop-ups amidst the entire
It's
film.
Rock, Crown Apple,
It's like-
Friskies,
Pepsi,
Fist. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
fucking.
What was it? What was the jewelry again? Does anybody remember?
Bulgari.
Yeah, Bulgari.
Yeah.
That was incredible. That was
and
a
it was
very
just
nice
all
piece.
obvious, all nasty, all. You got to get the bag.
I thought
guess
Sony was bad about this shit in their movies, but at least it's only Sony branding.
Yeah,
right. And like
exactly.
Sony puts their logo on shit so big.
It's-
But if you happen to see someone walk in frame with Sony headphones, it's like those look like that in real life.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's
Okay.
not like visually offensive. You're
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh,
This shit. Look at the logo.
Give me
Yeah.
some chill, Sir Rock.
yeah.
You know, oh damn, chill, guy.
Yeah, like it literally fucking like whenever God, what's his name? Uncle Keem.
Uncle
Uncle
Keem.
Reem.
Uncle Reem.
Uncle Reem.
yeah.
What was it? What he
Tracy
was,
Morgan,
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
God, what was the whiskey he kept saying? Crown Royal.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, and I only get a Crown Royal with my compadres. It's just like, what? And like order the Crown Royal and then put the bottle and the label's big as shit.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it was nasty.
we now know that is in fact a Crown Royal. Awesome.
The movie. So the movies. It started out good and it hit all the familiar notes.
Yep.
It was. It was. I guess fan servicey. He was like, "Oh, hey, everybody! Oh, remember that? Oh, remember him? Oh, it's like a reunion again. It's all nice."
Yep.
And then like that momentum you get from the beginning just didn't last throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
And then at the end, what it revealed itself as was just some bullshit redoing of a movie that was already done.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, let's poke fun at ourselves because we know we made a trash ass movie by acknowledging, like, sequels are never good. It's just like, yo, if you're gonna do it, man, fucking do it.
I wasn't expecting to dude, Wesley Snipes' character fucking won me
Wesley
over.
Snipes
Wesley Snipes was so fucking good in that.
Eddie did his thing.
Eddie was,
Eddie as everyone that wasn't Eddie.
Yeah.
All of Eddie's roles except for him as him.
Yeah,
fire.
exactly.
Anytime Eddie was in makeup, it was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
And like, I guess the thing is, and me and producer Abs talked about this a bit. We're jaded now. We've seen a lot of shit.
Yeah.
This movie would have been a really good movie in the 80s when Coming to America came out, or early 90s.
Super fire.
Like not really good, but it would have been passable. You'd have been like, all right, that's what I came to the theater to see. But we've seen so much of that shit.
Yeah, it's a feel good.
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Mr. Eddie Murphy. You set such a high bar, and then now you've been gone, and now you're gonna come back with this mid.
This mid.
Yeah.
Mid. Hey, mid is okay. Mid is okay.
So-
Sometimes
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't get certain people high.
So where- so where
like,
did- where-
if
you
don't
smoke too much
it, like-
weed.
yeah.
Okay.
Where does everybody stand on it? You think you'd like a solid 6 out of 10? 5 out of 10?
5.5.
5.5?
It got to the point where it's like, damn, dude, I
we
didn't
still
know
watching
that
this
this was
movie?
going to be bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still
it's
watching
kinda
this
very
movie?
good.
As long as fuck.
5.5. I'll give it a 5.5.
So-
I mean, it's free on Amazon. They're not Disneying you. You don't have to come out of pocket that extra $30.
Yeah, right. On top of your
Like I had
on
to for
top of your
Rava.
subscription. Oh, wait, you paid for that for real?
Julie paid for that.
Ugh.
Extension.
I'm
We're
sorry.
like, yo, the new Disney movie, Rava the Last Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn,
like-
they charge for that too?
Yeah, she was like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm trying to buy this. Let me Apple pay you $30.
I was
and use your
not-
credit
I was-
card.
I-
I was like, whatever, dog.
I was not hearing positive things about that either.
I heard it was decent, man. I still haven't seen it, so it's probably getting watched. No, it's definitely getting watched this week.
I'll wait till it's free.
Go for you.
I mean, I already got it now. You might as well. I already paid for it.
All right. We in here. All right, before we get too down in the weeds, Don, lead us in. Bring us in. What we got coming up today? What's
All
on
right,
today's?
so we started off by, are you ready to date?
Are you ready?
We figured out we are ready to date. So we hopped on Tinder. We hopped on other social media apps to find our girl
Mm-hmm.
or
guy,
boy or human.
I'm gonna put the Tinder match sound in there.
Thank you for pring. We for pringed. And by for pringed, more than just found our match. We got to know our match, not only mentally, but in the Shakespearean sense of know, where where Noob told us all the different kinds of wonderful ways we can get to know our partner.
Ah,
So now that-
yes. the legendary art of bumping uglies. Banging.
And now, finally, we've known our partner
Melding of
for a
souls.
while. It's getting to that point where, things may be falling apart, but you don't necessarily want it to fall apart. So you need some help. We're talking, of
Help.
course, relationship therapy.
Word. Huh.
I don't know if that's an
I don't know.
It is. No, it is.
You know,
so to
I
make
mean-
the decision for both of you to go to therapy, that does take some stones, man. It deserves an air horn.
Yeah.
At least an air horn.
I second
At
that.
least some applause. But,
I
an air
definitely
horn.
was on the fence, but you know what? That sealed it for me, I think. Very
Precisely that much applause.
precisely.
That's
Three-
all you can
three
muster. Y'all
claps.
both hate each other at
Three
this point,
claps.
but-
All right. So go ahead. Bring us in, man. So what do you got for us?
So whether this is you seeking therapy for yourself, whether that is you trying to push in a good, healthy way your partner to get therapy for whatever issues may ail them, whether it's you both saying, hey, you know what? This is something that we cannot, as a couple, figure out. We need help to make it work because we want to make it work. Whatever your reason is, this is the pod to destigmatize all that, to say it is okay to seek help from someone and say, hey, we are doing this because we value this relationship more than we want it to be over. And we want to make it work. And we don't know how to make it work on our own.
Damn straight. It's like calling a plumber, man. You don't know what you're doing. Call somebody who does.
True. I mean, and at that point, like, it's good to have a neutral party just kind of like sort of help you identify, because they've through experience, identify where those problem issues are and possibly to give you an outcome that will benefit both parties.
What if you get a shitty therapist who just picks a side?
Uh,
Oh yeah, he's right.
So hang on. So if that is the case, fucking switch therapist. Unless you are
Unless you're wrong. What if you're just mad wrong?
Well, hang on. So if you are mad wrong, so the thing is with that, if someone tells you you're mad wrong, they're gonna give you a list of reasoning and everything else coming to that conclusion. But if you have somebody who just straight up picks your side, or it picks a one person side, that is not an effective therapist, and that's not a good couples
whoever's
therapist.
giving me the bag, you right.
You're right. Whose credit card is this?
Yeah.
Daryl. Oh yeah, he's right.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
We're going. Oh yeah. That's the guy right there.
Yeah, you know he pays on time every time. Yeah,
right.
he is right as fuck. All right, but go ahead, Don. Where are you going with that?
All right, so we'll start off with one of the more, shall I say, hardest things to do, which is for you to admit that it is time to seek help. This is one of those scenarios where one partner may be pushing the other partner to say, hey, you know, there's something wrong, and I really feel like you should go seek help. So we'll start there. Fellas, you found the girl. Ladies, you found the guy. It's been a few years in. You need help. How do you get that person to say, hey, I think you should go seek help? Whether it's issues that ail you personally or issues that ail the relationship. How do you get that conversation going?
I dealt with this in my life.
All right. Let me go first because I think mine is a little bit different take, you know, and I could just go ahead and get this out the way. So I think I did it wrong. I went to therapy, but I didn't do it right, you know.
I mean, you switched doctors like 4 times.
Well,
I think that is right. I think you're supposed to keep shuffling until you find somebody.
Yeah. You got to find the right one for you. But no, I'm talking about relationship therapy specifically. So in college, shout out to you, Alyssa. I don't know if you listen to this pod, but
You should.
She should.
You should. And so we went to therapy, but we did it simply because therapy was free as a
Are you fucking kidding?
And so we were like, oh my God.
What?
We were like, oh my God, we don't have any problems, but oh shit, the shit is free, so let's just go.
It sounds exciting. Maybe we'll learn something about each other. You're like, no.
You know, and so we saw this therapist, was it Dr. Washington or something? Ew, I'm gonna find you. But we were just talking to this person.
Why?
So she's like, hey, why are you guys here? He's like, you know, we're so in love. We weren't in love.
They weren't in love.
No, we were. I don't know. You got to ask her. But
Motherfucker, you didn't know? What do you
Survey
mean?
says.
But we went to this lady and we were like, we don't have any problems. She's like, oh, that's good. And that wasn't good. We broke up.
It wasn't good. What in the
Survey
movie
says that was a lie.
But to answer your question, it was real different for us because it was free. And so we were just trying to get all the free shit. And when you take advantage of the resources available to you, you know, it's like, hey, let's fucking go. I just had to say that.
So did you feel like you got anything out of it at all?
No.
Not even a little bit?
No.
I'm glad you shared this, D, because wow. I can,
So don't do that.
kind of bounce off that is.
Yeah.
So you went in there with the wrong mentality. Not,
Probably,
I mean, you know, you got nothing out of it, but you're like, oh, I went in there and nothing is wrong. We just wanted to do it, whatever. Like, I think that's the first step. And
We were.
you gotta be like, admit, yeah, there is a problem here. So I think, Izzy, you said that you actually went through this.
Yeah, I went through this. So my last relationship. So first it was a lot of it stemmed a lot of it came from a failure to communicate, which I guess is the chief reason anybody breaks up or there are any, you know, issues in relationships. In general, you know, if you care about the person, you know, usually going to try to do the thing that they're asking you to do or the thing that's going to benefit your relationship. I had to start going to therapy, and that was the only way I could convince her to, you know, try to seek some relationship help. I'm like, okay, look, you know, finding a couples therapist is difficult right now, but if you can work on this list of problems that we have sort of agreed exist on your own, maybe we can make some progress. So like, I didn't suggest going to therapy I didn't suggest she go to therapy or we go to therapy until I started going to therapy, or at least until I started looking for a therapist and could like prove that to them. So that way it didn't seem like you're fucked up and you need to go talk to somebody because I'm not going to help you sort of situation.
So that makes sense. You were kind of like trying to do your due diligence. You know, you're just like, listen, let's try and see if we can work this out on our own first, or at the very least, like break ground on a path to fixing our relationship.
You know, why you bullshitting, man? I wish I'd have suggested therapy earlier. I spent a lot of time going, yo, I'm really good at talking to people. There is no way I should be fucking this up right now.
Yep.
And that shit does things to you, man. Like you make shitty decisions, stay in relationships you shouldn't be in. You know, you start to dislike the person. You know, it starts to change you as a person. You're salty all the fucking time.
Yeah.
If you get to a space and you think it's a dead end, like as Don said, you know, we're here to destigmatize this. Get fucking help. It's never too early to get help. You should have gotten help like you meant it. You got help like it was a free sample at Costco. You know, I don't want any of these tiny weenies, but I'll take one.
I got all of them, and they were all nasty.
You know what you need to do? You need to add in the fucking gif of Michael Jordan right now.
Stop it.
Get some help. or more effectively.
Stop it.
My girlfriend said I was bad at communicating. And so I took that personally.
It became personal.
It's absolutely fucking facts, man. Because I think so many people, there's a stigma, but I think outside of the stigma, if you remove that people are going to think I'm weird or I'm going to feel bad, people see therapy as the big red button. Shit is so fucked up, I have to employ help. But if you wait until your house is under 10 inches of water, you got to bulldoze that bitch. You're not saving it. You know, you got to call when the leak first happens and really get a plumber in there to look at what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, so I had never experienced like couples therapy, but I had experienced, ooh, this is going to sound really bad when I say it like this, court mandated therapy, I guess.
All those murders.
Well, no, it was more like, they're like, hey, like we understand you went through a lot of trauma and we just want to like, as the lawyers, we want to just establish that on paper. So you're going to go to therapy for a while. But
because
then like,
of the murders, right?
Sure. That's good. But yeah, it was kind of wild. What up for homicide? Yeah.
Not convicted.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I didn't do it, but if I did it, here's how I would have done it.
Yeah, exactly right.
OJ would be proud.
But yeah, man. So like my experience with therapy was like at first
I
was very
Rob. All right. What kind of are there any fruits native to Ireland?
specifically that I could think of off the top of my head.
Oh, that potato juice is vodka.
Also racist. But
y'all don't grow pears or some shit.
I think it's blackberries.
Rob, the blackberry juice, Newberry.
Yeah. But the like basically it was like court mandated therapy, and I didn't take it serious at first. And then I think I got to a point with my therapist where I was a little too honest, like about everything.
Ooh.
So like I just kind of like I was like, you know what, fuck it. If we're gonna be an open book, I'm gonna be an open book. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm thinking, what's going on. And I feel like she was too new in the game. Because I swear to like,
you gave her the Harley Quinn.
I shit you not. I went to therapy for like 3 months, and she goes, "Hey, I don't think we're a good fit. I don't think this is gonna work out." My therapist broke up with me.
Oh no!
My therapist broke
up
up with me. That's fucking crazy to me. And what's funny is like I actually helped her like do like some weird introduction therapy stuff. So like they did like dog therapy.
What sound do you play for this? Hold on. Do we have a sound on the soundboard?
I don't know.
Can we boo this man? Can we
why?
boo? Come on.
Why?
Boo your therapist.
Oh, my therapist?
Yes.
Oh shit. Where
was
we
it
at?
a man?
Where is it at?
Doesn't matter.
That was a woman.
Boo this woman.
Close enough. But yeah, dog. So like she just goes. I mean, I helped her through the whole dog therapy thing, which was kind of weird. You know, you got like have a dog that's just kind of like chill there, like helping you process what's happening while you're doing it. You're like, if I'm petting this dog and I'm talking about these really fucked up things that are in my head, it kind of like softens the blow, I guess, a bit, and like kind of brings down the walls enough for you to like properly process things and kind of like make some improvements. But yeah, after a while, she's like, I don't think this is gonna work out. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, making progress, but as to how or where, I don't know.
Can you do that? I guess you can do that, but can you do that?
What,
Can
break
your
up?
therapist decide that they don't want to
Oh
see you
yeah,
more?
there's definitely like fit issues.
It's a business.
Yeah.
It's a business at the end of the day.
I mean, like, there's ethical implications too. Like,
There's that
maybe
too.
she didn't feel like she was helping you correctly, So I definitely understand that if I don't have the tools for a job,
yeah.
and that's the thing too. We crack jokes at D-Truth, but yeah, you should definitely shuffle therapists to meet a couple of people and try to like figure out who's a good fit.
It was an
who do we
interesting
know?
conversation for sure to have.
Someone we know specifically was saying they only want to see a black woman therapist, because some of her problems were unique to being a black woman, and like she wanted
Interesting.
somebody who could relate to that struggle personally.
Okay.
And it's cool. You want somebody who understands you, and I think most therapists meet enough people where most of them will understand most things, but you definitely feel a little better if you feel like the person you're talking to can personally identify with your struggle. It's going to feel like the information they're giving you or the advice they're giving you is, genuine.
Word. All right. What about you, Don? What do your experiences look like?
Personal experiences, as you guys know, I tried to see someone today, but I've already been seeing someone. So, but just trying to work on myself, trying to be a better person for the lady. Definitely she was the one to help me see that, mental health is a thing, because most people from the eastern part of the world, the Middle East, they don't really see mental health as any sort of thing, but just man up, put a Band-Aid on it. Like, you're fine. So I'm, very grateful and appreciative that she helped me kind of break that mindset and say, hey, this is something that you should do. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
And how did she tell you or bring it up?
Yeah, what was her approach?
Basically, kind of, a little bit of what Izzy did was like, hey, I'm going to therapy. I've been to therapy. She was going to therapy before we even started dating. So it's like, hey, this is something I'm doing. It's really helping me. You can see how it's been helping me. I'm like, yeah, I have noticed a behavioral change in you. So she's like, you know what? You should try it. You should do it. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I should. I absolutely should.
Damn right. Get in there.
Cool.
So
All
my
right.
question, I guess twofold. First question, well, 3 questions, one's a clarifier. You're both
Run it.
going to
Run
therapy
it.
right now, right? You guys are both going to therapy right now?
I'm going to therapy. She kind of stopped just because it wasn't fitting in her schedule.
And that's
recently.
fine. People take breaks and stuff. Not trying to like hold anybody accountable or anything. My question first is, do you share what happens at individual therapy with one another, or do you just like come home and try to implement the changes? Noob is shaking his head hard as fuck.
Nah.
I absolutely
I'm a firm
share
believer in not-
what
I'm a firm
my
believer in
therapist
not
learned,
sharing.
because not only can she help implement what my therapist has told me to implement, she can hold me accountable to those things. Like, hey, my therapist said that, you know what? It is okay for me to not be in control of every single situation and basically micromanage everything. It is okay for me to take a back seat and let someone else handle this task.
All right.
Okay.
So, when it comes down to that point, she can be like, hey, Joe, remember what your therapist said? This is what you should be doing. I'm like, you know what? You are right.
Okay. And do you feel like, I guess that, so I was going to ask if you feel like that's an easy power to wield, or do you feel like people try to hold you over accountable? But I think that's like a person to person thing. So like you can't really call that.
I feel like that's
you
on an
gotta just keep
individual
an eye on
basis.
that and see what happens. Do you feel like this, that you guys are, separately going to counseling and meeting people outside and then coming back and sharing the information, do you feel like that's as effective as going to see a counselor together? Because as I started going to counseling and my ex-girlfriend started going to counseling, she would come back home and say shit, and I'd be like, I mean, that's technically right, but you're not implementing this type of thing in our interactions because the input is different, right? So what do you do in those instances? Is it just more of a push for couples counseling, or do you just adjust what you say to your counselor?
I think it helps to I think it does help to share rather than just kind of keep it secret, because not only does it help with the accountability, it helps to just also talk about it, because your therapist may see it from a different point of view than your partner, but then your partner may be able to specifically relate that to you, because what if you can't articulate how it is exactly that, whatever problems you may be having may be affecting your partner, and your partner can be like, hey, you've talked about this with your therapist. This is how it is affecting me personally. So you can tweak it a little bit to not only better yourself, but also be better for your partner.
Okay.
And I will tell you, it is 100% not an easy thing to do, to be like, hey, these are my weaknesses. This is my big red button. Please don't push the big red button. And basically, you have the power to essentially say the things that would really trigger someone.
Well,
I've had girlfriends push buttons like Tyler's in an elevator.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, so, all right. So, I mean, I would say that it's not always a bad thing, because at least that kind of like, it lets your partner know, you're like, listen, you may not be aware of this, or this may be a thing, like, because I've noticed that about myself in some situations. Like, I didn't realize until like, it was like 2 years ago, I think. I don't like being told for someone to tell me how I should feel, and apparently I get
big facts.
Huh?
Oh yeah, big facts.
Yeah, like I don't like someone telling me how I should feel, and I didn't realize how immediately pissed off I got in the midst of this conversation. But I was like heated, like immediately heated, and like it almost like bothered me afterwards, because I was like, I got angry about that so fucking fast, and I was like, okay, that's a thing that
we've uncovered a button.
I did not know that was a thing about myself. So I would say, like, if you can put it to somebody, be like, hey, listen, by the way, this is a thing that bothers me a lot, and the more we can avoid it being a thing, the better we'll be off, because it takes me to a place that is not positive. And not to say that I'm going to do anything, but I'm liable to react in a less than ideal way.
Would you mind if I asked what is an example of one of these buttons that got pushed, or some buttons that have been pushed in the past that took you to that point? If that's too much, it's too much. But
I mean, I'll start. This hasn't happened recently, but I remember a time where and it didn't happen with Donna. It happened with a friend who, I guess, just, this is a thing that I had been keeping a secret. I was like, hey, sometimes I have a lot of trouble with me trying to make sure everyone likes me and everyone is happy, and I actively avoid fights. And so my friend was like, Joe, you should stop feeling like that. You need to just grow the fuck up. People are not going to like you. Who cares? And to other people, it just may seem like something so small and insignificant. But to me, all right, you just became a bullfighter and waved your little red cape in front of me. It's on.
I paid good money to watch Joe tackle the shit out of somebody. Terry Tate off
oh man, was I heated? I let loose. I mean, and this was a very close friend of mine. So I did something which you should never do. I took something he said in confidence about one of his insecurities and turned it into a weapon against him.
Holy shit, dude. That's
a punch.
That is malicious.
This was a huge.
This was a one-on-one back
physical.
and forth? Or you told that to someone else?
Wait, what'd you say, D?
I said, was this a one-on-one back and forth, or you told this thing that he told you in confidence to somebody else?
No. I have never told this thing to anyone else.
Okay.
that he's told me. This is still between me and him.
Okay.
So this was back and forth just between us two, and it was just something, I guess, that we had never done, is just kind of like fight amongst each other, which, you know what? Sometimes as friends, you need just a good, F you, F you too. Let's get it right to that tipping point of we're about to throw hands. And maybe at that point, we can actually, if there are any problems between us, let's solve it. Because there were definitely tensions between us that were hidden throughout the years.
Says you got to scrap.
That's like just things that we never talked about. So overall, I'm kind of happy that it actually happened.
All right. Okay. Unseat some stuff.
Yeah. So for me, so I haven't had this happen in the context of a relationship, but
Just everyday life.
yeah, just every. So Don, I feel like I had the same issue, in which I cared a lot about what people think, or I want to make people happy, and this is just something that I realized, like a lot of the things that make you angry. Not you. A lot of things that made me angry, were things that I was actually insecure about. So like I would get, oh my God, the same thing happened to me. It's like, oh, you just want everybody to like you. And like that generated so much emotion from me. And I was like, yo, why did I get so mad? It's because, I actually worry about that. And I'm trying to not show that. So I think, one of the awesome things, to your point, like when you get in that bag where you get really emotional, I don't know if it's a good idea to like beat your friend's ass,
Fuck 'em up.
or kill him,
Yeah.
but that's feedback for you to know, like, okay, you obviously feel something about that. What is it about that you feel, and what beliefs about yourself do you have, and what should you do about that? And so now, trying to be more Larry David, or just I don't give a fuck, and I'm giving less of a fuck, and I don't care as much, and people will be hurt, so, but yeah, when you get in that emotional bag, just know that, that's something in you, and figure out what your ego or your brain is saying. And
Yeah, that is kind of interesting, like to have like someone kind of sort of almost like force your insecurities into the light, and then something that like you're almost something that like you're aware of but you never confront, and then it sort of like forces you to deal with it in that exact moment is kind of crazy. So I could kind of see where you'd like not
I
want to
think
deal with it.
part of it also came from the fact that I wasn't ready to deal with that thought. And so that's why it made me angry, because like, yo, you're making me think
Surprise.
about this when I don't want to think about it and I'm not ready. But sometimes you don't have to be ready for that thought. You need to think that thought beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, like the hardest part about that is like a lot of it is just like time and place, sometimes, depending on what it is, sometimes you can like kind of just get it off your chest immediately, express it however you need to within reason. Don't stab a motherfucker over somebody, fucking putting raisins in your oatmeal.
Fucking raisin? Oh.
Yeah, but
Red button.
fucking, within
Stab with an oatmeal
something
spoon.
within reason, and if it really
Yeah,
comes
add them
down
with
to
the
it, just leave. You know what I mean? Like just try and step away from the situation, because you kind of can't come back from like some things that you say or do.
Facts. Big facts.
So you like, for me, even though I know I hurt some feelings, at the end of the day, it's like I still had to recognize that afterwards and apologize and say, listen, I was not aware that was a thing that would bother me that much. And of course, you didn't know either. So,
Yeah.
it's not really on you completely.
Ideally, I think the goal is not to blow up and shit, right? But like, the stepping stone on the way to that goal, I think, is to at least get to a place where you mean everything you say. You just have to adjust the delivery. It's like, no, I feel this, and this is a fact. Like, this is a thing that I think, but maybe I shouldn't have cursed while I said it, or what have you, and walk that back. But like, at least if you can get there, if you're held accountable for anything you said while you were angry, it doesn't turn into, well, I didn't mean that at all, or what have you.
True.
Yeah, I don't know if we're railroading you, Don.
No, by all means,
know,
this is
yeah.
wonderful. This is meant for essentially this therapy pod to be a place where we can just talk.
Yeah.
Speaking of, slight side note, I just watched our producer muscle down a sneeze, and I've never seen someone do that shit in real time. She was like about to sneeze, and she was like, no, I am too mighty for this sneeze to happen. Dude, focused her chakra. Good.
Bro, that can cause problems. Just sneeze. Like, I hate when people like sneeze, but like hold it in like their nose or something. Like,
Bro, she didn't even like move her body. She just made this face like, no, the sneeze isn't happening today. We can sneeze later, body. We have things to do. Decided to sneeze would be unprofessional.
All right. So now let's, kind of move on, and how do you, I guess we talked a little bit about someone talking you into therapy, talked a little bit about talking someone else into therapy. Now it's just like, all right, let's go together.
Okay.
Do you guys think that couples therapy is a thing? I've heard some people say it's just a way for one partner to essentially make the other partner feel like shit, so that way they can be like, yo, I'm always right. See, this therapist agrees with me that I'm right.
Pay them off. Therapy
Is it?
So it's well, did I go first last time? You want to go first?
Sure. I've always wanted to go to couples therapy. It's the one thing I didn't get to square, dude. So my last relationship, and just got out of it, so I reference it a lot because this is kind of the last thing I dealt with. I super wanted to find a couples therapist because our beef was legitimately communication. And like to talk about like red button issues, my huge red button issue is being misunderstood, especially if I feel like you're intentionally misunderstanding me. It's like, what I said, there were two options. Instead of asking for clarification, you chose violence. Right? So I'm super pro couples therapy. Let's get in front of the same person and let's let a, allegedly unbiased third party, hopefully unbiased third party sort it out. Because sometimes you both will say something that the other party is misunderstanding and someone else will look and be like, okay, you people are idiots. This is what got said. Or at least, be able to keep an effective log of these things to be able to reference it at some other point and go, okay, I know you said this. I know the other person heard that, but this is actually what was said here and we need to stay on topic. Because like, I've been to like group counseling sessions occasionally, but like never with someone I've had like a grievance with, and I feel like having that referee or that arbiter there to make sure that, you're not attacking one another and you really are focused on the issues at hand is super useful.
Yeah, I would say it definitely, it makes it easier to have those hard conversations because you're presenting it in like that public forum and then you're having the other person basically help you, I guess, articulate it better.
Yeah, facts.
And being able to professionally like diagnose and being able to walk you through the process as opposed to the other person feeling like they're being like attacked or anything like that.
You bring up a really, really good point that I like didn't think about and I should have, right?
Word.
Most of the time in relationships, it's very rare that two equally as emotionally intelligent people get together, especially in like heterosexual relationships. Dudes are bad at this. Right. And that's, the patriarchy style program, whatever you want to call it. But like dudes are like on average, not emotionally intelligent, but even emotionally intelligent guys are normally considerably less emotionally articulate than like your average woman. So you'll have these conversations in like your heterosexual relationships where one person goes, these are the things that I feel. And the other person goes, I feel things, but you have surprised me and I didn't get time to put together notes. So I don't know what you want to hear, so getting someone who can help you like work through that thing in real time in front of someone to be able to present them a problem that they might not even be aware exists because you can't tell them because you don't speak that language is huge.
Yeah. So agree with everything you guys said. To answer your question, Don, it definitely is a thing. However, unlike how I